Hi, future UGC NET qualifiers. Welcome back to Karwa.com, your one-stop destination for confidently acing UGC NET Paper 1. Today, we are diving into a topic that's super relevant in today's world and that can give you a major boost in your UGC NET Paper 1 preparation because this is a topic from where so many questions are being asked these days. Yes, you guessed it right. We are going to talk about teaching software in education. And why is this topic gaining so much popularity in UGC NET paper? Because this merges three units together. So this particular topic, teaching software, is not just from unit 1 teaching aptitude. It is also connected to unit number 8 ICT and unit number 10 higher education. So when they club these three units together and come up with a topic like this, it is bound to appear and reappear in exam again and again. So this was a topic that has been introduced recently, though this has not been mentioned explicitly in the UGC NET paper 1 syllabus. But then every year in almost every set or in almost every shift and every day of the exam, you will find one of the questions from this particular topic appearing in the paper. This is a subject that highlights how technology is transforming the way we learn and teach. And you all know, friends, today is a digital age. Today is the AI age. And when you look at how ICT has revolutionized the education landscape, it has made learning more accessible, interactive, and more efficient than ever before. So, what exactly does this topic teaching software means? Well, ICT tools, if you look at all the tools that are available for teachers, it has changed the way educators teach and how students engage with the content. And these tools make teaching easier and more fun and more effective. And this is what we know as the teaching softwares. With the help of these software tools, teachers and students can work together seamlessly, creating a more engaging learning experience. In this video, we'll look at some common educational software tools that has been repeatedly asked in the recent UGC NET paper 1, and we are going to explore their specific purposes. By the end of this session, I promise that you will have a clearer understanding of how these tools work and how they are shaping the future of education, which in turn would help you to get these questions right in your first attempt. But before that, sit back and relax because we have created a special PDF that summarizes this video and provides you with exam ready notes. You just had to drop a message on the WhatsApp number that is flashing on your screen or click on the WhatsApp link that's there in the description box, and my team is going to send that handy PDF right on your phone. So let's go. Okay, friends. So first we are going to talk about learning management systems, or popularly known as LMS, one of the most essential tools in modern education. And I can't even tell you how many questions from LMS has been asked in the past 2 years in UGC NET paper 1. They have flooded the paper by asking these questions repeatedly in each and every shift, in each and every exam cycle. A question from LMS has always appeared. So make sure you are going to focus on this section of the video because this is the section that will give you those 2 bonus marks. So LMS, my friends, are platforms that help educators manage course content, assignments, and assessments, and all of this is done very efficiently and effectively using LMS. In simple words, LMS make the job of teachers easy by providing them with a central platform to organize and share learning material with the students. It also makes it easier to keep track of their assignments, grades, and progress. So I'm pretty sure that whichever college you are from, your teachers must be using an LMS software. If you don't know about the popular LMS softwares, then don't worry. That's what we are going to discuss in this video now. So let's look at some popular LMS tools that you might come across in your exam, in your question paper. So ensure that you remember the names and you know that these names that I'm telling you now are all LMS, because they can ask a question asking you that, okay, which of the following is an LMS, is a LMS, or which of the following is not a LMS. So you need to know the names, right? So the first one is Moodle. It is a open source LMS that is ideal for organizing online courses, quizzes, and discussion. Those of you who don't know what is open source, that means it's freely available. You don't have to like really get a membership or something. Think of it like a digital classroom where you can upload resources, you can create assignment, engage with your students in one place, and the best part, it's free and customizable. Just imagine a scenario that you are having live classes or online classes because of some pandemic like COVID. So, what would your teachers do? They would upload the assignment on a Google Drive sort of a thing, and you can also upload your um, assignments on that Google Drive. Your teacher can download it from there. He or she can evaluate it, can re-upload it, can also upload the report card or sheet showcasing number given to each and every student. So a platform that can do all of this is called Moodle. Google Drive, my friends, can be used, but Google Drive is a very generic software. This can be used in in an organizational setup, in a teaching setup, in an entrepreneurial setup. But then Moodle is a software specifically made for teaching and learning. So it has all kind of things like quizzes and discussion forums, which Google Drive or tools like that would not provide. Okay. Next, another powerful tool, LMS tool, is Schoology. Now, this combines course management features with social networking elements. This makes it easier for students and teachers to communicate and collaborate. And it's like a mix of learning tools and social media, making the learning experience more interactive and engaging. Next up, we have Blackboard. Yes, friends, Blackboard Learn is a LMS. It is not the traditional Blackboard on which teachers used to write. It is name of a LMS, Blackboard Learn, and it's a widely used LMS in schools and universities. It offers extensive course management tools along with reporting and analytics. So teachers can also share the analytics. For example, you can check how many classes have you attended and how much have you performed so far. What has your grades like in the last 6 months? So, or a graphical or a pie chart, bar graph sort of analytical charts will be there on Blackboard Learn. This means that teachers can even send you detailed insights, and they can also peek inside the students' performance, track progress, and even analyze their course performances. So these are three very popular LMS: Moodle, Schoology, and Blackboard Learn. There are more such LMS which I have covered in detail in my newly launched UGC NET Paper 1 book. It has been covered extensively. All the uh, teaching softwares that are repeatedly asked in NET exam, I have covered them under a particular chapter. So you can go through unit number 1 and you'll be able to find out this particular topic, teaching softwares in education. Okay, friends. So next up, we'll talk about interactive whiteboard tools, which are amazing for creating dynamic and engaging lessons. Interactive whiteboard tools enable teachers to create digital lessons, create document, and collaborate with students in real time. These tools make learning more fun and interactive by allowing students to actively participate during the lesson, just like they would on a traditional whiteboard in class. Here are a few popular interactive whiteboard tools you might have come across during your UGC NET Paper 1 exam. So the first one is Jamboard. It's a Google interactive whiteboard designed for brainstorming, collaboration, and visual teaching. Basically, if you ever open the website of Jamboard, you will see that when you click on create a new Jamboard, it's going to make your screen go white, just like a whiteboard. You can type in everything. You can also, if you are on a Zoom call, give access to the other person who is there with you on the Zoom call to collaborate. Meanwhile, you are writing something. So probably, let's say if a teacher has shown a question to the class which has filling the blanks, students can then fill in the blanks in real time using this Jamboard tool. Okay, it's a perfect tool for teachers who want to create engaging lessons and interact with students in real time. You can draw, write, and collaborate all in one place. Similar to Google's Jamboard is what we know as Stormboard. It is a tool for brainstorming and idea mapping that encourages teamwork and idea sharing. It's like a virtual whiteboard where students can collaborate and share ideas, making it great for group work and creative projects. And finally, we have something called Concept Board. It's a collaborative platform that allows interactive lessons with real time engagement, something similar to what we just saw in case of Jamboard and Stormboard. It's ideal for teachers who want to bring students together virtually to brainstorm ideas and organize their thoughts and even engaging discussions. Now, friends, one important thing, if you will notice, there are tricks using which you can get these types of questions right. For example, whenever there is a whiteboard tool question, you will mostly see that the end of the word will have board, jam board, storm board, concept board. So even if they give you another sort of a board and then they ask you whether this is a which of these is a teaching software related to whiteboard, interactive whiteboard tool, then if you have a board word written at the end of any particular option, you should know that that can be a right answer. So that's how you are going to use your common sense to get the questions right. But having said that, you don't have to do such brainstorming. You can find this topic explained in detail in my Amazon bestseller UGC NET Paper 1 book. And that book, my friends, comes with more than 100 video lectures and 4,000 plus unit-wise solved PYQs. In fact, our UGC NET Paper 1 book has been praised for its innovative teaching style by none other than the legendary Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, friends, so now let's talk about some content creation tools which are essential for making learning more engaging and interactive. Now, if you look at the word content creation, you can very well decode that these are tools that can help educators design presentations, ebooks, and multimedia content that can bring lessons to life and keep students interested in the boring topic. With content creation tools, teachers can make their lessons not only educational but also visually appealing and interactive. Basically, edutainment. This concept is becoming very popular. Education with entertainment. बिकॉज सिर्फ एजुकेशन आजकल काफी बोरिंग हो गई है. सो एजुकेशन के अंदर आप जब एंटरटेनमेंट डालते हो, सो दिस कॉम्बिनेशन गेट्स extremely popular among students. Now, let's explore a few popular content creation tools and how they can be used. And these are the tools that have been repeatedly asked in NET exam. You can go and check out PYQs and you'll be able to see that almost every time NET exam is conducted, they will have a question from this particular section. So the first one is Canva. I'm pretty sure some of you might have used it already. It's a fantastic tool if you want to create presentation or even want to create a birthday party brochure for your best friend's birthday party. So it's an ideal tool for creating visually appealing presentations with embedded videos and interactive slides. For example, let's say a teacher could use Canva to design a dynamic presentation on environmental science where she would add images, videos, clickable links to make the topic come alive for students. Another interesting tool is Book Creator. It is an excellent tool for developing interactive ebooks with multimedia features, because nowadays people would not want to read a book which is just filled with text. Just like our paper one book, what we have done, we have added a lot of QR codes there. So you can just scan a QR code and that's going to pop in front of you animated video of that particular topic. And that's going to make these dull topics come to life. So let's imagine there's a teacher who is creating a digital ebook for a history lesson, and she has created a book using Book Creator in a way that now students can click through images, listen to audio recordings, or even watch video clips. And it's a great way to create more immersive learning experience. Now, the next one and the last one is H5P. It is a free open source tool that helps create rich interactive multimedia content integrated into a CMS or a LMS. So LMS, as we have seen, it is a learning management software, and you can integrate a software like this into your LMS so that everything that you need to teach can come on just one platform. You don't have to like toggle between different things. For instance, let's say a teacher could use H5P to create a quiz or an interactive timeline on a learning management system like Moodle, making the content more engaging and hands on for students. So, friends, for more such informative videos wherein I explain the most important topics of UGC NET Paper 1 in less than 15 minutes, you can hit the subscribe button and tap on the bell icon. And don't forget to check out my playlist section where I have organized unit-wise playlists for UGC NET Paper 1. This way, you can find all the video lectures for each unit together, making your preparation so much more easier. So friends, next let's talk about virtual labs and simulations, which are amazing tools for learning science and other practical subjects. So virtual labs, I'm pretty sure you can guess it from the name itself. It's not a real lab, it's a digital lab which gives students a chance to experiment and learn science concept interactively. These tools help students explore ideas and do experiments virtually. So they don't have to actually do the experiment in a science lab or a chemistry lab. Rather, they can do it virtually, just like we do it using VR headsets. So virtual reality, that's what is coming into play here. So this is especially helpful when real labs are not available, and there are two popular virtual lab tools. First is Labster. It offers 3D science labs simulations that let students explore science concepts in a virtual lab. For example, students can mix chemicals in a virtual chemistry lab and see the reactions without using real chemicals. So you can see how safe it is, and at the same time it is so much more fun. And then we have another virtual lab software which is called PHET. Okay, it basically gives engaging simulations for science as well as math concepts. Imagine, let's say, a physics teacher using PHET to show how gravity works. Students can experiment with virtual objects falling and see how gravity affects them. And you can probably had any object in this virtual world. So let's say if I want to drop a mercury and see its effect, I see how gravity affects it, I can even do that, because in real life I would not be allowed to use mercury or touch mercury, since it is such a important and at the same time dangerous substance that students are not allowed to touch it with their hands when they are in a lab. So you can do all of this in a virtual lab, and that really helps to build the conceptual understanding and also showcase the practical application of science and math concepts. Okay friends, so now we are moving on to the last section of the video wherein we would discuss tools that help teachers to process online quizzes, assessment and polling, which are perfect for making learning more interactive and also helps teachers to evaluate the students. Now, these tools help teachers to create fun and engaging quizzes and assignments, and they also provide instant feedback, which is great for both students and teachers. Let us look at some popular tools that have been asked in UGC NET exam. The first one is Kahoot. It is a game-based learning platform. So गेमिंग स्ट्रक्चर है इसमें. अगेन एज आई सेड एड्यूटेनमेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. सिर्फ बोरिंग क्विजेस से काम नहीं होगा. वी नीड something more creative in today's digital age, and that's what Kahoot does with its game-based learning platform. It's perfect for creating interactive quizzes and assignments. Teachers can turn learning into a game, making it fun and engaging. For example, let's say there's a teacher who wants to create a quiz on history, and students can compete in real time, and it can be like a quiz that all the students are solving the questions, just like we have fastest finger first in KBC, something of that sort. Then the next software is Quizlet. It is great for making customizable flashcards and study sets. I'm pretty sure you must have seen their website whenever you are Googling any definition. On the first page of the Google, you will find some pages of Quizlet which where student has created a flashcard explaining the definition of that term. So using Quizlet, you can make virtual flashcards, and you can create your own study sets, and then you can use that for revision. It is perfect for memorization and practice, and student can use it to prepare for exams, and teachers can create study sets for any subject, making it easier for students to review. And talking about flashcards and a tool for easy memorization, I am very glad to tell you that my paper one book that I have launched this year comes up with a pluck out chart, a very, very interesting pluck out chart, which is there at the back cover of the book. You have to pluck it out and paste it on the wall. It has all the important concepts that are important from the point of view of UGC NET Paper 1 that a student should revise on a regular basis. So you can pluck it out, paste it on your wall, and then wherever you go, whenever you are free, you can just glance it, and that's how you make your revision super, super easy. Okay, moving ahead to the third important tool in this category, and that is Google Forms. Google Forms, I'm pretty sure all of us has used. It's an amazing, powerful tool for creating quizzes, surveys, and assignments. It's simple to use. Teachers can get instant feedback from students. For example, let's say a teacher can create a quick maths quiz, and as soon as students submit their answers, they can also see how well they performed. And finally, the last one that we are going to discuss today is Edpuzzle. It's ideal for embedding quizzes directly into pre-recorded videos. So teachers can create interactive video lessons where students answer questions while you're watching the video. Can you see how interactive learning has become now? I remember my school days when learning was so boring, and now when I look at these Gen Zs being taught in such great manner, it just gives me goosebumps. And talking about end puzzle, you will also see that by using these tools, it actually helps to keep students engaged, and it also ensures that they are understanding the content. Because if you're watching a video and simultaneously answering questions, that showcases that you are actually watching the video with full concentration. You've not just switched on the laptop screen and you have fallen asleep. So that's how these teaching softwares are transforming, revolutionizing the way teaching was happening and learning was happening. Okay. And there are many other tools that helps teachers. You can find all of them in my paper one book. There's a limit to this video. We can't go overboard. So that's why I'm presenting the most essential and the most important ones. Let me know how did you find this video. If you want more such videos, then put that in the comment section. Tell me the topic on which you want me to make my next video, and I'll be more than glad to work on that topic. So that's it from my side for this video lecture. I'll meet you very soon in the next video lecture. Till the time we meet next, happy learning, keep loving literature, and stay tuned to arpitakarwa.com.